American Pickers star Frank Fritz admits he tried going to rehab for his issues with alcohol abuse prior to being fired by the History Channel series. As those who watch the series know, March of 2020 was the last time Frank Fritz appeared on an episode of the show. Fans know he took some time off to recover after having back surgery. He, however, was fired by the network just last week. American Pickers star Frank Fritz sat down with the S recently for an exclusive interview. He explained to the outlet that he did get treatment for his issues with alcohol abuse. He was in rehab at the Abbey Center in Bettendorf, Iowa. The former History Channel personality added his treatment lasted 77 days. Frank Fritz confirms he is now sober and has been for 11 months. The former American Pickers star explained that he had a lot of alcoholics in his family, and he was sick of watching people he loved die from alcohol-related deaths. That didn't sit well with me. Frank proceeded to explain to the outlet how his treatment at the rehab facility worked. They gave me a lot of information and we were booked up for 13 or 14 hours a day. There was no sitting around watching TV or eating food. You were scheduled out for an hour, then an hour and a half, all through the day. They really give you a lot of one-on-one time. I read 12 self-help books while I was there. I didn't *** around. I really got into it. I went there to learn and get the most out of it that I possibly could. In addition to having a few sponsors, he also sponsored a few people during his treatment. He explains, I had a great time there and I helped other people who were having problems too. It's one of the best things that have happened to me. Turns out, he would be celebrating a year sober. But the former American Pickers star did suffer a bit of a relapse. Frank tells the outlet it was just a 4-hour relapse, but it was enough to mess up his track record. He, however, doesn't think he'll ever drink again. Why? Because he doesn't care for the way drinking makes him feel. Frank Fritz also tells the outlet he had a nasty breakup with his longtime girlfriend and fiancée, Diane Bankson, and that nasty breakup is one of the reasons he realized he needed help. The main problem was this girlfriend I had. I thought I was getting married and I bought a brand new house. Then I found out that all the time while I was on the road, she had a boyfriend back here. It hurt my feelings, my self-esteem, and my whole world. I gave it a good shot. I tried to drink her away. I never drank that much before. Unfortunately, it appears to be a he said, she said situation. The Sun did speak with his former girlfriend Diane. Diane insisted none of what he said was true. But she acknowledged even if what he said was true, she wouldn't admit either. So she mostly understood why people might not believe what she had to say. Frank Fritz has been doing great since the last time he was on the show. He's lost 65 pounds, he's sober, and he's living a much healthier life. With his back healed, his life free of alcohol, and his weight down, Frank Fritz wants to return to American Pickers. As those who watch the show know, he's been a part of the cast for over a decade. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to try a straight answer from anyone on the network. The showrunner called me on my birthday on October 11 of last year, and he said, I'll call you back tomorrow, but I haven't heard from those people at all. They don't contact me. I don't know if they can do it cheaper without having me on there or what the situation is. I want to go back on the show, but it depends on the network. It ain't gonna affect me one bit, but I would like to be back for my fans. Fans will recall Frank Fritz and his co-star Mike Wolf also got into a feud and had a falling out. According to Frank, it's been 2 years since the last time he spoke to Mike. Turns out, Mike didn't even bother to call up and see how Frank was doing after his back surgery. Frank, however, recognizes the show seemed to favor his co-star more than himself. Mike is the frontman of the show, and there's nothing he can do about that. The chances of Frank Fritz returning to American Pickers is extremely unlikely, as Mike confirmed his exit from the series just last week. Are you bummed American Pickers fired Frank Fritz? Do you think he deserves another chance? Are you happy to hear he's sober? Share your thoughts with us in the comments.